begin introducing myself as Lydia, and we're doing the Lydia and Lauren takeover. Hey, Frost. Okay, so today's question, again, sometimes people just send us questions that they see on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and stuff like that. And this is one of these questions that we are going to answer to you. And I hope this helps you very much. And when you get Lydia and Lauren together, you never know what explosion might happen, but we do have our explosions together, everybody. Okay, so here we go. I have, well, let's say I have 8 siblings, with a majority of them being my sisters. I have always been the one that tried to keep us close by initiating gatherings, keeping in contact, checking on everyone, just trying to do the best sister aunt I know how to be. We were all in the system when we were younger, but always stayed in contact. We reunited back with our mom in our early teens. Fast forward, we're all now between the ages of 30 and 45, with me being closer to the youngest. Everyone is married with children except myself. Everyone has had their issues with each other, myself included. And I would try to do the mediator to get everyone on solid ground. They're not great with communicating and just will stop speaking to each other if there's an issue. Lately, it seems like none of us can get along, even down to our mother. After years of going back and forth with each other, we all came to the conclusion that our mother would cause a lot of this drama. We all would confide in her, and she would share a lot of things we wanted to remain between ourselves and her. I love my siblings and family so much, and but this whole thing with my family is causing me to fall into a deep depression. I have nieces and nephews that I would love to be around and spend holidays with. It seems like my siblings can't let go of the past for the sake of their children knowing their cousins. It truly breaks my heart. These days I call, text, and stop by, but at this point it seems as if no one wants to be bothered. They don't answer, respond, or even open the door. So my question to you, it should I just leave my siblings alone and just move on with my life? As much as I want them in my life, it really takes a toll on my mental, emotional health. Thank you so much for your insight. Go ahead, Lauren.
Family drama is something that everybody, in some way, some fashion, some form, is there. It's just gonna be there.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be there. Family drama is family drama. You're gonna always have it. I, I, I don't know what else to say except for don't let it bother you. Don't let it get to you. I mean, do the best that you know how to try to get along. If they don't accept what you and or your take on anything, no matter what the family thing is, then just kind of be quiet. I think everybody has to deal with that. I remember when we went to back to family. I mean, family.
Family is family.
And did we agree with everything that the family did? No. I mean, sometimes the family was yelling and screaming for no reason whatsoever. This is mine. Dad, don't touch this. Don't this. You guys said they're opinionated and all that kind of stuff. And all we did was go, oh, because we know at the end of the day, we're gonna go to our own little space. So it didn't make any difference. I mean, don't take it so personal. I think I was just saying that earlier today. When we're dealing with family, we have more expectations and leniency and all that kind of the stuff. But when we deal with perfect strangers, we have patience and tolerancy and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. What do you think, Lynn?
I agree with Lauren. You're just gonna have family issues, and everybody deals with things so totally different. So you have people that are not talking, and that's the way deal with it. You let them wear that down. Let them hold on to it. That's the way they calm down, so they're not having a mental breakthrough like you do. It's the same thing. You want to do the same exact thing too. You don't want the mental breakdown, so you're thinking about letting the family go, and it's not that serious. It's just that if they don't feel like talking, don't force them to talk. And I'm saying it as a person that makes people talk. Like, if I need to talk, then we're gonna talk. If not, if we don't talk on my terms, then we ain't talking at all. And I know that's crazy and wrong, but that's just how my body is and stuff like that too. But at the same time, if you're not talking to me, guess what? I'm not talking to you. So now you're going to have to make the effort to come and talk to me. Now you're going to have to make the effort to make a way for me. And so, because I'm not going to do it anymore, I'm not going to push it. So I'm not saying you let go, but back up. If you need a break from them, you take a break because it's bothering you mentally. You not being around your nieces and nephews for a little bit of time is not going to stop anything. They're still going to know who you are. They're still going to love you. They're still going to have that relationship with you. You're still going to have that bond. You don't have to worry about it. They know who's stopping who. I mean, they're not dumb. You know, let's say just a newborn baby, got goo. Well, don't worry about it anyway. When they get older, you guys are going to have plenty of time to have a relationship. And pretty soon your nieces and nephews will be old enough to be able to come see you on their own. Even when mom is acting crazy and childish. You got to understand that because you guys were in a system and all that other stuff, and you guys probably weren't together, and you weren't raised to understand that let's talk it out, let's do this, let's do that. And as your mother is a key indicator of keeping you guys battling, you guys now need to know, stop talking to mom. I'm going to talk to mom about generic stuff that I don't care that she relates to anybody else. I'm not talking to mom about personal stuff. And it's really hard because you feel like, oh, that's mom, I should be able to. But mom has showed that she hasn't, and it's tearing you guys apart. But when you guys are able to talk again, you guys can have these discussions. But right now, no, don't pressure it. Do what you need to do and take care of what you need to do and call it a day. But harping over what you can't control. You did everything you can. You knocked on the door. You made a phone call. You tried everywhere. SOS signals, smoke signals everywhere. And they have not acknowledged or answered the phone. Then that's fine. You did your job. Now go about your business. Live your life. And when they want to come around, best believe they'll come around. But as long as you keep harping on it and they know this bothers you, they're going to keep doing it. Oh, this bothers her. Yeah, it really does. It don't bother each other because they're all doing it to each other. The only one that bothers is you. So, yeah, step back. I'm not saying leave the family alone by far. Just step back.
I agree.
Agree. See? Sometimes we get agreements from Lauren. Okay, so I am trying to... Let's go see if we can find another one. Give me just a second. Because I didn't think we were going to get done with that one that fast. Okay. Here we go. I normally don't share my business, but I believe you could give me great advice. Okay, we're going to keep the person anonymous because that's what they're asking. I am a 32-year-old female, and earlier this year I was diagnosed with PCOS. For many years I had irregular periods. I was really happy that my new physician was able to test my blood work and was able to figure out what was going on. She prescribed me hormonal,
Yeah.
I don't have my glasses on, hormonal medicine to help regulate my periods, and so far it has worked. During the time that I wasn't medicated, I noticed while having sex, it was uncomfortable and I would jump a little during penetration. My physician said that I had some vaginal dryness due to low estrogen, but the medication will be able to help me with that. This was back in late February, so now I'm trying new things, and I purchased a rabbit vibrator, and after trying it, I had some of the same uncomfortable feeling from penetrating the toy. A little backstory, I was a virgin until I was 28, that I lost it with my first real relationship. We are no longer together. I only been with him and have no interest in dating unless it leads to commitment. So I am not looking to sleep with anyone anytime soon. But I do want to masturbate and pleasure myself here and there. My question is it normal to still have the discomfort after being medicated? Should I have more sex or should I consult my physician about the dryness? I feel like I am still young and healthy, so I should be moist down there. Sometimes when I am really horny, I get really moist, but penetration was still a little uncomfortable. What is the best solution for this issue? Sign, I want to have some fun with my kitty. I like that. Oh, go ahead, Lauren.
Oh, well, uh, really though, if you're not sexually active, I would just check with a physician. It's probably due to uh, lack thereof of penetration and whatnot. But then you want to check and see how that goes with your physician. Other than that, then there's I don't see where there's a problem really, except for that yeah, your experiencing dryness, and okay, and like I said, that's and there's there's no reason for you to be moist right now. I mean, till you get with somebody that you want to be moist with. I mean, that's the only thing I can say. Or if you think it's really dry because you're using tools and it's painful because of the tools that you're using at the same time, then you can check and see what, like I said before, and check with your physician. Maybe it's something else and about body imbalance and whatnot. That's all I can think of. Now I know it's not my favorite subject, so okay. All right.
Okay. I just didn't know who we could. Once she said that time she's been moist and flowing and still gave her a little pain.
Yeah, then like I said, check with your physician because you could have some scarring, you probably got I don't know what that could be. You can got really happy with the little tool and it scraped something, and then there's some pain there. So like I said, I would check with the physician, let them see everything. It's hard for me to diagnose that right now. So I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Whatever. It could, like I said, you can scrape a tissue and have a scar there, or it's an open wound. And so when something foreign comes in, it scrapes that thing, and it stops you from doing that. But I think she was flowing when she was having sexual intercourse with
she
human.
still had the same issue. I can't do it, she right now. She was having the same issue. That's what she found out. She had PCS, whatever it is. What is it? PCOS. That's what she found out. She had that is when she was having sex with the guy. And I think sometimes to me, because you were 28 when you lost your virginity, I'm just going to go back to that moment. Anytime the first time you have sex usually is a little painful. You're going through some stuff and you're breaking the hymen and there's a lot of, there's just pain. I remember my first time and I listened to my friends give me advice about how to deal with my first time, and to this day I'm still angry with those friends about that. So there's a lot of different things. You might need to make sure you're having your 2 tablespoons of oil every day, because that keeps you lubricant down there as well as keeping your body functioning and flowing like it should be. Also, sometimes because you're not sexually there and stuff like that, sometimes it could just be it's closed. as best I can say, it's closed. So you gotta moisten it to open it. So you might need to use some lubrication, and they do even have some lubrication to help you relax. And it's CBD lube, and I would put the lube in first with the CBD lube, and wait a few minutes, and then go in with the rabbit. I think that's what you said you were using, the rabbit. I think I lost my place. Sorry.
What's a rabbit?
A rabbit is a vibrator.
Oh,
and it has a little thing to go for your clit, to rub the clit, and then it has a piece to go inside the vibrator, the dildo part goes inside, and it messes with both at the same time. A pleasure you can't get with sex with a regular person.
And I don't know, cause see, when you get with a regular person, you're gonna want them to be the rabbit, and you ain't gonna do it. You're gonna be so disappointed.
Well, okay, anyway, we will get on that in a few. There are so many different things that you can do, and like your doctor, unless you got a new doctor, didn't really give you any help the first time. So I would probably want to talk to a OBGYN doctor or somebody, who will take the time to give you the knowledge. Because the only thing she said is your medication should help with that, and apparently your medication hasn't helped with that. So I would try to make sure it doesn't seem like you're really having a hard time flowing. But what people fail to understand is even if you flow like an ocean or whatever, you should still use lube sometimes, because it also makes sure to help you get the right satisfaction in bed. So you want to make sure you have that as well. So even though you can be an ocean down there, using lube can actually help do that. And probably start off with, instead of starting off with the rabbit, maybe start off with a G spot. Not the G spot, the A spot, similar. I think they call it the A or the O spot, similar vibrator, and it's really, really thin, and it has like a little tip here with little ridges that go across like this, and it is just tip, so it's like really skin. So if you think of like that, my straw here, and then have a little curve like that, and it has little ridges, and it hits the A or O
straw again now.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's thin like that. So it's not really. It's not as thin as a straw, but it's a little bit thicker. But it's really not something you're gonna go, ooh, this is my pleasure world. But it'll give you that pleasure world. If that can get back there and you ease that in and have a nice, good, fat, giant orgasm, then you can go ahead and see if the rabbit a go. Don't listen to Miss Prune. They got spider webs. I'm saying you have it in there and it could, do what it needs to do. And once you get that major orgasm, and once you get that orgasm, then try your rabbit. And then if you have pain, then I would then say, yeah, still go see your doctor. But I wouldn't see the same doctor that gave you that advice, though, because it should have, if the medicine was going to do something, it should have, and she should have asked you afterward, did the medicine help you? Have you been having sex or, playing with yourself? Because that's a conversation that they should keep up with you to make it more comfortable. But I realize that doctors are not paying attention. They're not reading your charts. They're not understanding those things. So sometimes you have to make an advance to go there. But if you want to, that's what I would do. I would go online right now and get you a or O spot vibrator and do it there first. Because it's thin, it's not thick, and if it goes back there without you jumping, and you can get that big fat orgasm that will flush open the gates for the rabbit.
Anyway, next. I don't know. The reason I'm saying that is you just gave her some more toys to play with, and then
yes, because she wants to know how to help that.
But I feel that you should just check with, like I agree with going to another physician. I think you just need to go and check and see if there's something wrong. Because I'm saying, even if she got the little thin straw.
I'm saying, because I had that. I didn't have PCOS, but I had that issue where it was hard when me and my husband were having sex, that it hurt. And it just happened. It wasn't like something that was always there. It just happened. But that one orgasm just seems to flush it out really good for me.
Okay then. You just need that one orgasm.
because everybody doesn't know about the other orgasm, apparently not even Lauren. But there's a G spot orgasm, there's your clit orgasm, and there is the one that's the U orgasm right up between your clit and your hole. That's the uterus one comes the U, and that one gives you orgasm. So we have plenty of places that give us orgasm. But that one, the A spot, or what they sometimes call the O, is the one that really, you squirt everything. Everything flies out on that one. And that opens and loosens up that area. And that's why I'm saying it, because sometimes, a toy or a bullet and all those things only go so far. So it's like
A bullet.
yeah, it's another vibrator type toy. So it's like your vagina starts right here, and then you penetrate it, but then, we're not going as far back, and we're not going far back, so when you go all the way to the back, it hurts because that part's still all the way closed. It hasn't had that opening. So people don't realize that your vagina could go close back to being like it was when it was a virgin, and you only had sex with one person, and now you're playing with a toy, so your body could have went back into getting ready to close back up, and it only knows to stop at this location. So if you can get that one that's really thin, you got it. But I'm not disagreeing by far. Like I said, always, if you're not getting help from your one doctor, always go to another doctor that's going to help you in these areas. And I know it's one of the most uncomfortable conversations that we can see how Lauren is. It's one of the most uncomfortable conversations of sex, and it shouldn't really be uncomfortable. We should be able to be open and honest with our conversations about sex, because that's where you get your release for so much different things. It's a healing. It can help heal, release headaches, release tension in your body. It does so much that people don't understand that sex does. So if you're not getting good sex, sometimes you don't understand. And if it hurts, you're not going to enjoy sex, and you're not going to want to have sex because of the pain and the hurt and stuff like that. So that's the only reason I'm very adamant about you having that one good orgasm, to see if that flushes it out. Because then if that doesn't flush it out, then you know what to tell your doctor. You're more able to open up and say, okay, so I did this, I found my A spot, and I had this big old orgasm, and it should have helped open and release and do everything, because your vagina does so many different. Am I interrupting you?
You are. This is my
But it does so many different things. So you can then give a clear conversation with your doctor, and then your doctor can give you the best advice, or give you to somebody who can have those different ways to help that they didn't think about it. And that's what you want to be able. You want to be able to vocally be able to explain to your doctor every issue you have. So you should already be writing down, okay, so when I did it with this rabbit, this is when it started bothering me. It felt good all the way until I got to a certain spot over here. So they can know where to look for it and test you and check you out at the same time, because we can't just assume our doctor's going to know right off the back of when we say something. So you really need to be able to explain everything, especially if you want to have a great sex life with yourself or with a partner. You want to be able to have a great sex life. And that's how I say it, even though you like to cut it off really short. Lauren is not really good with sex conversations, you guys, so when it's just me and her, we have to be careful. Right, Lauren?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with sex talk. I'm not as experienced with the toys as you were. I mean, I didn't know about all this toy, the rabbit, the bullet, the whatever, all the stuff. Like, I was a bullet, and I'm thinking of either a bullet or a grinder. I'm like,
so you never heard of a bullet? Like, you never been to a sex party and heard of a bullet?
I can't remember that I've heard of it. I've seen some of the others. I mean, if that's the penis things that they're calling it.
No, it's a little silver, little vibrator. You can put it in gloves. You can put it in different things.
Oh, no, I did. Yeah, I did. Because, somebody, they said that they used it for, they said, oh, I want this so that I can use it for massaging on my neck. We all go like this. Because, when you go to those sex stores, all the women, and they all, they get excited about, oh, I want this. And then they start looking around them. Because I need it to be, because I have tension right here. And I'm like, darn well that thing ain't going right here, but we do that. And but I went to one. I did not know. And I'm not prudish, but I am in certain senses. There's certain things. Prudish. There's certain things that I want to know before I do that, because I know that there's edible things or things that people put on people's body and lick it off and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm not really prudish about that. So I was at the sex store, and they said, okay, I want everybody to put this on their tongue and go around and you tell me how you feel. So I'm thinking something strawberry, something, the grape, something. I'm thinking fruity. I'm thinking, my mind was totally not where that really was. So I stuck my tongue out and put the little stuff on there, and it got numb. I go, oh, it's numb. It's very, it's tingly, it's numb, like you touched the battery or something. And everybody's going, yeah, it's numb and stuff like that. What does that sensation, what does that do? And the host said, and I wanted to beat her down.
I don't even know what it is, but it's hilarious.
And I'm like, it's kind of something, I'm into it. She said, that's anal ease. Man, I was so mad. That's something you need to tell everybody before you put something on there, squirting this stuff on there and talking about that's anal ease. Who the hell wants anal ease? I was livid. I said, that's something you need to tell somebody. Cause ain't nobody gonna put no anal ease on there. And I know, but why do I want something that goes into somebody's behind in my mouth? It's like saying this is hemorrhoid stuff. I understand that hemorrhoid thing is going, but I don't want that whatever's going in somebody's behind on my tongue. Oh, I was irritated. Oh, and that was that lady almost got hurt. And that's not being prudent. How many out there wants anal ease on your tongue? How many out there want anal ease on their tongue?
Oh, okay, so somebody else. She was just asking what the topic was. The lady has PCOS, and she is having issues. She started having sex at 28 years old, and she lost her virginity at 28. And then they broke up, and so now she's having sex with toys, masturbating. And so even when she first had sex, it hurt when it went in, so they gave her medicine to try to stop the pain. Not just the pain, but to help the PCOS. So now that she's not with the guy, she's masturbating, and even when she uses her rabbit, she jumps a little, like it still has pain for the PCOS. And so, sorry, Lauren, it's hilarious. So, so that is what basically I was giving her ideas that, she can use the vibrator that hits your A spot to help have a really good flush, to open up the back waves, not the anal part of the back waves, but in the vagina, the further up. So maybe that's what it is that it's kind of closing back into being a virgin, because the medicine apparently is not helping. So, and then we said if that doesn't help, then go to the doctors. Lauren said she should go to the doctors before, but the doctor didn't really give her, they just said the medicine. So I said, try this, and if that doesn't work, really start marking down every time you feel this pain, where, like, when does it happen, like right when you first when it goes in, or when it goes a little bit further back, where's the pain, so she can talk to another doctor that can really help her with her situation. And then Lauren told us this beautiful story that had me cracking up, but it's
I said I understand that. I understand that anal ease is not something that what she put on our tongue was considered clean or blah blah blah. But what I'm saying, so is hemorrhoid medicine. So she put hemorrhoid, and you got on your tongue hemorrhoid medicine. It's not going to give your mind. It's all the same thing. Why do I want anal ease in my mouth? Why? Couldn't you just say anal ease has a thing. If you guys want to know at the sensation, you can put it on your tongue. And everybody who wants to put the anal ease on their tongue can put the anal ease on their tongue. But you don't have us thinking that this is a very good sensational thing. Tell me what you feel. And you put anal ease on people's tongue and then tell them at the end, that's anal ease. And I'm like, oh, wow, she almost lost her life right there. That was going to be her first and last demonstration, some anal ease on that. Like I said, and I said that. How many people out there want to put anal ease, hemorrhoid medicine, anything on their tongue just to see if it sizzles or not? Who cares? That's me.
Yes. And to the person on Twitch, yes, we did tell her to use lube. I even suggest her using CBD lube to even when she flows heavy, to still use the lube. I told her to use the CBD lube first and like wait 10 to 15, 20 minutes and then go ahead. She can reuse the CBD lube and then put it in there so her body can relax.
Also, the internal lube as well is 2 tablespoons of oil.
Yes.
Olive oil. Swallow that every day so that you can.
Yes.
That you can have the lube.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good job.
Oh, sorry.
No, you did a good job. I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you were listening because I didn't think you would be listening to me because, we like to battle, I guess. But, so we told her all those good things. I didn't, I don't know if you know more about PCOS or anything like that as you're following. You can give ideas while we're still here talking about it. But I love Lauren's story. So did you go to another sex party after that?
Oh, yeah. I've been to... it's been quite a while after that. I went to another one. I think you were there. And that's what I was telling you, that all these women are sitting around. And although they're open for a lot of stuff, they're also closed. Because when you go into the room with the host, and then you purchase your toy of your choice. But it was funny because, like I said, I remember the bullet now because somebody was saying, oh, yes, I'm going to use this as a massager, right? And I'm like, darn well, that ain't going up on your neck. But and I'm like, let's don't front. We're at a sex toy thing. We're getting something so that we can either pleasure ourselves or it be a toy to enhance our love life with our husbands or significant others. But you're coming in there talking about, I'm going to use this as a little... I'm going to use this as my, just to help me with the tension right here. It'll help me with the tension right there, but it ain't going there. So that's all. But it's funny with the people with the toys. I think it's better, I guess, if you go and, because there is, to have a sex toy party at the home, in the comfort of your own home. They like to go out to even though the people out there may have more knowledge, sometimes the people that's doing the host, like she would be really good to be a host, and because she would know what everything and tell people what this would do and blah blah blah. But to enhance and to get pleasure or something like that, that would be something in the compound of your own home, in the privacy of your own home and stuff like that. Except for, I don't know if it's privacy of your own home because when you walk by somebody's room and you hear, you automatically know. You automatically know.
Oh, this is hilarious.
I'm just saying.
That is true. You do automatically know.
They need to put something like a silencer or something. Because that, you got to really wait. Like a little kid. Mom?
Well, it's so funny because I was talking to some people and they were saying, because I was, getting information and they were saying, you know what, you should do the bedroom candy products. And they were telling me to do. And I was like, yeah, I could do that. Because with the bedroom candy products, hers goes with music.
Oh.
So when you put it, you hook it up to your phone, and the vibrator goes to the beat of the music. So if your music is playing, you won't hear it.
Oh yeah.
And then because you won't hear the, because it'll be to the music, so you just hear the music. Like your favorite song, Ride It, My Boat.
I didn't know what that meant, and they've been on me every time because I didn't really know.
She was like, that is my jam.
I love the beat, the music and the way they were singing. And I wasn't really listening to the lyrics. And so kids are talking about what is that song? I love that song. Because I'm the one of the ones that don't know the lyrics and just be putting my own words to it. My pony. I'm thinking it's a western. My pony. Yeah, I'm just going at it, and they talking about ooh, grandma. So now when you go through somebody's home and they got that music, you know what they're doing.
No, because you can't hear it. They do have quiet ones. They have cool. The Tracy dog is silent.
Oh, okay.
It may not be, but it is.
What?
Tracy dog is silent. You might not be.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
I read up on the Tracy dog, and it is hilarious. Like the stories these people are talking about is hilarious.
What?
Like they threw the thing across the room. What? They threw the toy across the room. They kept in like seconds. Like it'd be like 10, 20 seconds. They done had orgasms. They said they had been to heaven and back.
Wow.
There's so many different stories. And it's so funny because it's not expensive. It's on Amazon. Amazon did not tell us to do this or anything. It's not a plug for them, but it is a plug at the same time. But yeah, Amazon has the Tracy dog, and just the stories of that toy is amazing.
Well, that's quite
it's amazing. But like the person on here says, the toy is quiet, but you will not be.
Okay, I hear you. That's good.
But it's okay because you will have joy yourself.
But then my thing is, okay, like on this, and with the writer on that. Now, because these toys are designed for satisfaction, can a male come after that? I mean, would you prefer a human than the toy? Or would you start preferring the toy over the human?
I say it could go either way, honestly. It depends on if the man is putting it down. If the man is putting it down and hitting spots and really working to please the woman, she don't even really want the toy. The toy could be an added plus if you want to, or you don't need the toy. But the reason why there's a toy available is because a lot of women are not being satisfied. Excuse me. As just so many cases that I've seen that are in my emails and on all these different blogs I've been watching and listening and reading and stuff like that. There's so many women that are with men, married and everything, are not being satisfied, and the men are not getting it, that they're not being satisfied. The women are expressing themselves, they're talking about it, and something like the Tracy dog, I don't like the name of it, but I heard it does wonders. And even a woman that is married and happy sexually, I want to experience the Tracy dog just to see what it's like. But I'm just saying, it can enhance a relationship because you can bring a toy in, and it can be both. They even have toys where the bullet is in there, so it's satisfying the man and the woman at the same time. So you put the thing around the man's penis, and when he strokes you in, it's rubbing your clitoris as he's entering you, so you get these satisfaction. So there's a lot of things that can enhance that you don't just have to have the normal old regular sex.
But what I'm asking is, so like, does it put a lot of responsibility or put a lot of pressure on the man to try to please the woman because she's had those toys and he's just only human. He's like, what's that, Long John? He might not be able to.
But the thing about it is where are you trying? I've always said this. You guys hear me say this all the time. When a man loves a woman's vagina, he's going to please it. Now, can it take away from a man? No, there's an intimacy. You press, you get that heat to heat body, that connection. I love you, you love me, and it's amazing to see. You get this enjoyment that you never thought you could have before. But at the same time, the only thing a man has to really worry about is he trying to pleasure the woman. If you're just trying to get in there to get yours and you don't care if that woman gets hers, then yes, be afraid to be away from the toy is going to win the battle. Because the toy to do anything. And like with the Tracy dog, it only takes a matter of seconds. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
But if a man is being intimate and loving and caring and all these wonderful things, then you don't have to worry about it. That's what I say. I mean, I've been married for a while, and I can say I've done both, and I'm gonna tell you that the toy has not ever went out.
so that's what I'm saying. So if the what do you call it, the Tracy dog is a second, then you're not putting that much pressure on that man. Huh? He can be a second.
Well, no, but that's the thing. You want that intimacy and stuff. With the
Yeah, I think
Tracy
that-
dog, it's entering you and satisfying you internal and clitoral at the same exact time.
Oh,
And you know it doesn't take long once you hit the clitoris to orgasm. So you can get all at the same time. No, but a lot of women don't want to have it. If they get it that quick, they want to have several others.
Yeah.
And that, again, the warmth of the body,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
intimacy,
See,
the feeling him and hearing him moan and you
Yeah.
moan, that really excites you and stuff. And there's
Yeah.
not a toy that can
do
outdo that.
Do that.
But if a man's in there just pumping, boom, 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 talking about somebody else like it, and it ain't
Oh,
working
okay.
for
Got
me,
you.
no.
I got you.
So yeah, that's the only time I can see a toy actually winning over.
Human. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right then.
So yeah, so again, to the person that sent this in, please go check with your physician. Get you a new physician when it comes to talking about your sexual body. And please write up on these different things, because the more you can nail where the pain starts, how far the pain is, all this other stuff, the faster your doctor can help probably diagnose you or tell you the things that you can do to make it better. But if you just say, oh, it hurts, and you can't explain it, you're going to get the generic conversation that you probably got from your doctor. You go, oh, the medicine helped, oh, the medicine didn't help, well, let me double the dosage. You're able to be precise on everything. You want to be very vocal to the point where if they need to say, I'm going to get right back to you and talk to someone, that'd be great than just telling you to double up on your medicine. Do you agree?
I agree.
So Lauren and me agree again about the physician, but I do think you need to really know exactly when and where, because sometimes those things help in this area. We're both not sexual doctors. We're just saying what it is, but I also do know that sometimes it closes. I'm not a person that knows a lot about PCOS. Matter of fact, I know nothing about PCOS, so just being upfront, but I just gave you.
Okay.
We will talk to you soon. And again, guys, for listening to our show. Remember, we'll see you on Wednesday on the Talk It Out show. And please send in your information to gmail.com or hit us up on your Facebook, Instagram, subscribe, like, follow, hit the little. We'll see you again on Wednesday, and have